We spend our day using plastic made from refineries or drinking water treated at water treatment plants, but there are a lot of toxic substances that could be released from those places. Now, these substances are highly regulated, and it's in our best interest if we know what's coming out of those systems. That's where analytical chemistry comes in. It's the watchdog of processes. Think of it like the security guard that checks the IDs of guest chemicals as they try to get into the process party. Hi, I'm Daniel Mosley, and I'm the lead lab technician in the Organic Deposits Lab in Suez in the Woodlands, Texas. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry is a way to identify things. It's a path to the goal. Analytical chemistry is the foundation of all other sciences. If chemistry is the central science, then analytical chemistry is the center of the central science. It's a key part of keeping us safe and improving our lives both in manufacturing processes and in health and safety. Now, you may not always be conscious of it, but the quality control and critical analysis done by analytical chemists on a regular basis helps to keep us all more secure, healthier, and with the affordable products that we need and use on a daily basis. And to be honest, in order to improve and progress in our analytical capabilities, we really need your support, the support of the public. Even as a private lab, we need you supporting improvements in public health monitoring for government-run labs. When regulations are improved, it helps us to move forward. And in turn, that collaboration helps us to improve our methods, so we can drive society into the future safely and affordably. And this is going to help our homes, our food, our water, and other products to be that much safer and inexpensive. Now, I'm sure you're wondering about the practicality of all of this, so let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed how when things are cheaper to make, they tend to be cheaper to buy? Well, water treatment and refineries alike use analytical chemistry for quality control, and the longer it takes us to analyze those products in that water, the more expensive those products are to make, or that drinking water is to distribute. Now, that could come out of your pocket when companies try to recoup their losses downstream. If we can figure out faster and more efficient ways to analyze our products and our drinking water and other things, then that step in the process could save time and money and ultimately make things cheaper for you. To illustrate how, let me show you my small part in the Organic Deposit Lab and how the life cycle of analytical chemistry has developed. Our initial methods were slow, tedious, and inefficient, but we improved our methods by cutting out unnecessary fluff, while retaining details necessary to safety and efficiency. Now, the net benefits are phenomenal, and they're going to help us provide a more robust and safer society. Now, all of our labs incorporate elements of analytical chemistry into their methods of analysis. It all starts with the problem. Our water treatment plants have filters that are clogging up, or the polyethylene plastics factory pipes are corroding. Well, what's causing it? And more importantly, how can we treat it, or even better, prevent it? Now, starting from scratch, we have to come up with a quick and dirty method to analyze these things. From there, we need to plan a way for qualitative and quantitative analysis. We need to know who is coming to our chemical party and how many guests. So knowing that what and how much are really important, but usually we start with a rough estimate. Our initial forays into the Organic Deposits Lab just began by taking deposits from a refinery or from a water treatment plant and trying to determine how much of it is organic. To accomplish both of these goals, that is, our qualitative and quantitative analyses, we move from our problem statement to designing the experiment in order to ID and count our elements. Then we execute the experiment, gather the necessary data, analyze it, put the puzzle pieces together, and then we can start to see the big picture. And once I see the big picture and know what my problem is, then I can work on a solution. This is the general cycle, but every initial foray into a plan is inefficient. It's more of a feeling out process. Once I know the method works, I can start to refine it. It's just like riding a bike. We'll start off clumsy, but eventually we're doing wheelies and jumping the shark. Now, at some point in my organic analysis, I'm going to add an elemental analysis. And that's going to help me know how much of each element is in my compound. And then I'll add an infrared analysis that helps me to identify what the compound is. Now once we have our final method, and all that extra fluff that we don't need is cut out, not only do we find our analysis times are faster, but our methods could be adapted to other applications as well. I can use this same method that I'm using for deposits to identify things on filters. And what was once a clumsy and messy and slow method is now revised to be more efficient. My role has been one of an ID scanner. I check deposits from municipal waterworks to make sure there are no hazardous chemicals getting into our drinking water. Now, it's taken some work to develop our methods to be able to do that, but it was worth it. I can now take a sip of this water pretty confidently. Our new methods, especially with the infrared spectrometer and gas chromatograph, have allowed us to improve our analysis times twice over and at lower detection limits. New equipment upgrades have helped tremendously as well. Now, with better detection limits, we improve our community's health and our customers' product quality. And with improved detection times, we can make processes more efficient and cheaper, meaning costs, both to the producer and to you, the consumer, can be reduced. We are successfully adapting to the new regulations and needs of our communities, but that success has been a two-way street. See, our ability to analyze and determine these organic substances is thanks in no small part to the support of you, our communities. Your support has been invaluable to helping us improve our abilities so that we in turn can keep monitoring your water, your food, your waste, and your products. But all we can do is ensure regulations are being met. It's your informed votes that actually generate those regulations. Now, analytical chemists may be the watchdogs, but you hold the key to the property. Analytical chemistry is still growing, and as long as our needs continue to modernize, so will our chemical solutions. It starts small, and there are certainly growing pains, but they are learning experiences that will drive us all into a better tomorrow. And tomorrow, when you go about your day, remember that among the many processes and people that made that day possible, at the center of it all was analytical chemistry.